Okay, so we have discussed about the interactiveness of the Python. So let's start with the shell of the Python. Okay, now just a minute. Okay, that one module is shared with all of you that contains each and every steps which you are going to use to install your Python environment. Okay, so we'll discuss two of the facts, like how I can establish a specific Python environment first. Then after establishing the Python environment, how I'm going to work with the Python programming concepts over here. Okay, then I'm going to give you a solution if you are not able to, like some people have problem with their machine, they cannot able to establish a specific environment over there. So how they can start with the Python. Okay, so we'll provide you a way that from with the use of that you can run your program easily. Okay, I'm going to run each and everything or each and every program over there. Okay, so you can you just need to install Python. Okay, let's just download any of the Python version. After installing that particular Python version, okay, so after installing Python, just go to your start tab, right? Ideally over there, this is the by default you can say shell provided by your Python. Okay, so here you can start your doing different type of Python programming concept or perform different type of Python programming concept over here. Okay, like okay, so let's understand different effect. Like, okay, Python is an interactive language, and they are actually presenting different other things in a very simple way. Like in other languages case, you just need to write or declare a variable over there. Okay, and you just need to declare all the variables and to perform a specific variable. Okay, so the main problem associated with that particular concept is that you need to rely on the type or on the you can say on the limit of the data type that is available over there. Like अगर मैं integer को implement कर रहा हूँ या मैं Python में float को implement कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरे पास एक लिमिट है और मेरे को उसी लिमिट के अकॉर्डिंग वहां पे काम करना होता है. ओके, लाइक मैं उससे ज्यादा बड़ी वैल्यू को अकोमोडेट नहीं कर सकता या उसको वहां पे स्टोर नहीं कर सकता. बट इन केस ऑफ Python, okay, like let's say this is basically my variable over there. Okay, so I am actually storing a specific value. Okay, so here you don't need to assign any type, or you don't need to give any specific, means you don't need to declare any of the variable over there. Okay, आप किसी भी पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल के अंदर या उस पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल की जो वैल्यू है वो कैसे डिसाइड होगी, बेस्ड ऑन द मींस लाइक उस वेरिएबल का टाइप जो होगा वो कैसे डिसाइड होगा, बेस्ड ऑन द वैल्यू यू हैव असाइन्ड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल. लाइक इफ यू आर राइटिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर वेरिएबल हियर, ओके, I can assign a specific value called 12. Okay, so in that case, this particular variable is going to work as a integer over there. Okay, now you can see the type of this particular variable is actually integer over here. Okay, now मतलब जो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम थी हमारे साथ में कि हमें डेटा टाइप के लिए बॉदर करना पड़ता था, हर बार डिक्लेरेशन करना था, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी रिमूव्ड बाय योर Python over there. Now you can use the same variable to store a floating point value. Now if I am writing the same statement over here, and you can see that type becomes float. Okay, so the thing which comes in your mind, like how Python is actually achieving this particular thing. Okay, so now I am going to explain this particular fact over here. Okay, now understand this particular fact. Okay, the first thing which come in our mind here, how a language can achieve this particular thing, like we are actually deciding the type of a variable based on the value which we have assigned over there. So you just need to understand that, okay, the first thing which I want to specify here, whenever you are going for a new language in the market, or you want to learn any of the market, you should have basic knowledge of the previous languages also. That will actually make your concept better in the domain of that particular programming also. Like previously, you are actually dealing out with two type of variables. Let's say I have a class. Let's say I have a class A. I have two variables over there, integer I and j. Okay, so this is basically an abstract module, or you can say a class type of data type. Okay, and you are dealing out with one more type of value called a normal data type, where we are defining a variable of type integer. So this type, okay, so from object oriented concept, you are going to interact with two type of values or two type of data type. One is value type and another one is reference type. Okay, so this is basically a reference type of value. Okay, so in case of value type, your name or your variable name is actually associated with a specific value that you cannot change. Like if I am assigning a 20 here, so the name I is actually associated with this particular name. Okay, but in case of reference variable, what is going to be happen over here? You are creating a block, means your constructor is going to be run over there. You are creating a block that contains different of the members for this particular class like this. Okay, and this block is actual block which contains the value of I and j, or the member variable for this particular class. And what is the role of this A? This A is basically a reference variable which is referring this particular block. Now, by writing a simple statement like this, A, B is also there, and I am assigning the A. Like, अगर ये code आपको समझना है तो आपको you just have the knowledge related to object oriented, but it's a simple thing. एक बात समझना बहुत ध्यान से. Like, I just want to explain this particular fact. I am assigning J, I into J. Okay, what is the difference between reference and a value type format? Okay, so here the value related to that particular block called I, or that particular variable called I, is going to be transferred into J. So here value is going to be transferred, but here this B is basically a reference variable. Okay, so in case of object oriented, whenever you are not going to provide a memory with the use of new to any of your class reference, so that particular variable is going to be called your reference variable for the object oriented. So I am actually assigning the reference of A to B. So in that case, on the same location, you will get one more name or nickname for the same location called B over there. Now, if I have one more variable called A, class A, the name of that particular variable is okay. So in case of value, we are transferring the value. Okay, now just understand the fact. With this particular explanation, you can easily understand how Python is actually handling out a way where they are actually assigning a variable value and deciding the type based on the value. Okay, now understand this particular fact. Like I have another object called A, and you know that particular fact. For this particular member or for this object, the copies of their own member is going to be created. Like I and J is going to be created for C also. Now, if I am saying this A equals to C, so what is my motive here? I am actually removing this reference from here and adding a reference of this A to the block of C. Simple. So here you can understand reference can be transferred easily, but in case of value, we can only transfer the value. The block is going to be exist over there. Reference is going to be changed anytime. Whenever you want, you can change the reference of that particular value. Okay, but this is the magic behind Python's concept. This is the way, or this is the main concept adopted by Python. Okay, so Python is treating each and every value. Like I have given a value 20. So whenever you are writing a 20 on your screen, that particular value is going to be stored in a specific block. Now, if you are creating I and j, two variable in the context of Python, and you are storing 20 here and 20 here. Okay, so in that case, Python is not going to create any different value for that particular location. Means both each and every object is going to be used as a reference over there. So in this case, a reference is going to be assigned in I for the block where 20 is stored, and for the j where 20 is actually stored. Okay, so now you want me to prove this particular thing? Yes, I'm going to prove this particular thing over here with an example. Let's understand that particular example. Okay, means in case of Python, we are dealing out with a reference concept over there. Okay, so just a minute, I'm sharing my screen again. Okay, now understand the fact. Okay, like I am storing a value 12 in I. Okay, and there is a function in case of Python. With the use of that function, you can print out the address of any of your variable. Okay, so that particular function is your ID function. So I am printing the ID for this particular variable over here. ID I. Okay. Now I am assigning the okay. Now everyone, you can see this address is actually equivalent to this particular address. Means I was right. Huh? Python is not going to create different blocks for storing a specific value, so that you can easily change the reference over here. Like means how you can make, like in case of Java, if you are defining a variable I with the data type integer, you cannot define the another variable or you cannot store the floating point value on that particular variable. Means subsequently you cannot change the type over there. But in case of Python, you can change the type. Okay. So now here you can change the type. Okay. Means if I want to store, instead of 20, I want to store 40 here. So your Python is going to create a block containing the value 40 over there. And you just need to change the reference from here. Like you are just changing the reference of I from 20 to the block, which is actually containing the value 40 over there. So in this way, Python is actually achieving its biggest magic called means there is no in Python you are not going to handle out different type of declaration part, or you are not going to handle out different type of data type restrictions available in other languages. Okay, and it is an important concept because whenever I want to handle out a data science concept in data analytics concept, I need to, like, sometimes I am getting a data from a customer or from a client. Okay, I myself not sure about the type of the data. So how can I actually, like, I am creating a code with the use of Java, deciding the values or deciding the type for that particular data, let's say integer, or let's say I have created one collection over there. You can imagine with that particular concept as an array also. Like I have created an array of 100 blocks having the type integer. So you yourself don't know the type, don't know about the type of that particular data. So how can you create a array with the integer values over there? Simple, na? So that becomes a problem with the Java type of domains. But Python has removed that particular concept or that particular problem over here by providing a dynamic nature. Okay, where you can decide the type of the variable at the time of the means based on the value that is stored in that particular variable at the time of the execution of a program. So simple in writing code, simple concepts are there, small code. Okay, like you can implement the code in a very small way. That particular thing we can analyze in some time. Okay, we'll analyze all those particular facts also. Okay, now ideally, okay, now so we'll explore this type of facts over there. Okay, so let's explore the ideally again, and then we'll move to our Anaconda type of format or Jupyter Lab kind of concepts over there. Okay, now this basically. Okay, so here you can write a specific command, but whenever you want to write a logic, in that case what you are going to do, like whenever I need to write a logic, so in case of a logic I need to write more than one set of lines over there to prepare or to create a logic over there. Okay, so here comes the part called the scripting. So just write a specific logic. You just need to, ये जो सब विंडो ओपन हो रही है आपको दिख रही है? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see this sub window also, na? So here in this sub window, you can write any of the logic. Like I am creating I'm creating a logic to add two of the values over there. So I am writing a code to add two values over there, I plus j. Okay, so you can see I am actually writing a code. Instead of writing a single command format, I am writing a logic over there. So I am writing a logic over there with the script. So you just need to open a new file over there and start writing your logic with the use of Python over here. So this is going to be called your script file. Okay, now save this particular file in the defined path or the default path for your Python. Okay, and then means give a name to that particular file, like I'm going pro1.py. okay, PRO, I'm going to explain you when to use Jupyter type of concept and when to use ideally. That we will also discuss that particular fact. Okay, so here I'm actually saving this particular file. Now there is a run option, so you can run that particular file, module file, or means we will discuss what actually the module is in concept of Python. You just need to run that particular module over here. Whenever you press this run button over there, now you can see that after running this particular script, okay, here you will get your answer over here on this particular prompt. So this is basically the script is. You are writing a logic in the form of a script where multiple commands are going to be included in that particular logic. Okay, now you need to concentrate on different of the facts also. Like some of the facts you yourself have to be analyzed over here. Like in the case of other languages, I need to put a semicolon to end a line. But in case of Python, you don't need to put a semicolon or any of the ending character. Whenever you are going to press enter or your line is going to be changed, that is going to be treated as the terminating character for your language. So this is the simplicity associated with your programming language over there. Simple. So this is basically a simple introduction, simple interactiveness, Python, how a Python is going to be worked. So this type is a data is a function. With the use of type, you can get the type of any of your variable. Okay, now what is the problem with this? Okay, so with ideally type of format, you just need to write different of the logic. Like you need to create different of the files with the use of this file option. You are going to write different of the logic. Then you need to run out then you are going to execute each and every file over there. Then you will get the output over here. Okay, so as the markets have grown, they have implemented different of the tools to work out with the Python type of concept. So the popular concept nowadays available in the market is your Anaconda. The names associated with Python are like this: Anaconda, PyCharm, Snakebite kind of. ये जितने ज़्यादा मतलब सुनने में वैसे उतने ज़्यादा simple and easy to use है. Okay. So Anaconda is basically an application which is providing different of the tools in a virtual manner. Okay, like whenever I want, like I am a developer, and okay, so I'm actually talking about a real scenario. If I am a person from an analytics domain and I am working for an organization and I just want to write a specific code over there. Okay, like for client 1, I need to write a code in PyCharm. For client 2, I need to write a code in Ideally. For client 3, I need to write a code in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so in that case, I need to install all these 3 applications in my machines physically. But Anaconda is the solution. Anaconda is actually creating the virtual instances of different type of applications that you can utilize to perform different type of Python related logics over there. Okay, so that is actually a choice. हर एक tool एक जैसा ही काम कर रहा है, हर एक particular Python को implement करेगा, but the way they are actually implementing is different. Okay,